The cost of living is soaring with no end in sight. Simple everyday items like lotion and deodorant are ridiculous. Americans are facing a cost of living crisis.
Surprised people are not talking about how expensive small essentials like this is. I have eczema, so I need this all the time. Look at this, $10.99 on sale. And then this one, right here, how much is this one? Oh, $15 for lotion. And then for deodorant, $8.49 for deodorant. Toothpaste, $12.50 for toothpaste. A box of trash bags, $18.99 for a box of trash bags. So I got some trash bags, some orange juice, 2 things of lotion, some toothpaste and deodorant. Nothing major. Let's see what the total is. It's probably gonna be over $50. $80. That's a bill. I don't care what nobody say.
I will look like Ashy Larry from the Dave Chappelle show before I pay $15 for lotion. But I understand in his situation he has eczema, so he has no choice but to purchase the expensive lotion. Although I would find some coupons for it. But it's just not expensive everyday items that are a problem.
I need somebody to tell me why my husband went to purchase a 7-pack of underwear yesterday. He needs new underwear. Probably hasn't purchased them in like, I don't know, years. You know how it is. Tell me why that package of underwear was $42. $42. I was flabbergasted. $42 for 7 pairs of underwear. If I didn't believe before that inflation is real, I sure do now. I'm baffled.
Americans are facing a cost of living crisis, especially when trying to pay rent and having nothing left over to live on.
I just paid my rent, right? And I'm so happy I got my rent paid. But for some reason, I still have an unsettling feeling. And I think it's because I used my whole check to pay my rent. Now I have to go 2 more weeks without money, and my phone bill is due tomorrow.
Landlords are showing no mercy and increasing rents by significant amounts, to the point where even attorneys are worried they cannot afford their rent, and some working Americans have given up completely and moved into tents.
Yo, what in the actual fuck is going on out here in Cali, man? Last year, my rent was $925. I just opened up this letter, and it says your new rent amount is $2,300 starting on the 1st. No upgrades, no renovations. They didn't even add a fucking washer and a dryer. This is crazy, man. I mean, is everybody else dealing with this? Or am I the only one getting screwed here?
I'm going to explain to you guys how much more expensive things are today than they were even 3 years ago based off of my current financial situation. So 4 years ago, when I graduated law school, I graduated making $65,000 a year. I was living in a 1-bedroom by myself, paying $1,400 a month. After the first 3 months, my boyfriend moved in, and so then we were splitting it, so it was $700 apiece. But he lost his job at one point, and so for 3 months before he got a new one, I was covering the rent all by myself. So it was about 6 months of me paying $1,400 a month for that year-long lease. Now I make about $85,000 a year. I have 2 roommates, and we split the rent 3 ways. And usually my rent is like $950, something around that. So I'm making technically $20,000 more a year. I'm paying roughly the same of what I was paying in rent. And I have never been more stressed out about money in my entire life.
Welcome to America, people. Welcome to my new home in the woods. I just got my house set up. I have two jobs. And in those 2 jobs, I currently make more than my ex-husband and I made in the first 10 years of our marriage combined. And yet, I can't find a place to live. There's multiple issues at play here. I was living in a seasonal place that I had to move out of this week because it's like a summer cottage hotel place, and she needs to make money. And that place was $1,800 a month, and I still had to pay to put my stuff in storage. What does a girl do? I'm not going to quit my job right now, or jobs. No way. So I already had camping equipment from during the pandemic. Figured, why don't I attempt to romanticize this shit out of my life and make my home outside for the summer? Because otherwise I'm just going to cry. And I got pretty twinkle lights, so it shouldn't be too terrible. The issues are There's zero inventory, too many Airbnbs, sitting empty no less, people in big houses and only one person living there, people owning multiple houses and not living in any of them. The fact that I'm 52 and single and people don't want to rent even a one bedroom to a single person. And can I blame them? As much as it sucks, what if I lose my job? The world's losing their jobs. At least if they rent to two people, there's a chance they'll get their rent.
Hang in there, people, and don't forget. Use coupons for your everyday items, and if you get a rent increase notice, remember, everything is negotiable, even rent. Your landlord does not have to agree, but at least try. You never know.